Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot and oracle, your daily insight on life and love for October 25th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching it in time, it might be extremely relevant or horribly irrelevant and might not make any sense, or it might make perfect sense. In any case, I hope you stick around and enjoy the show. If you have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and send me a DM. My email address is provided, and you can find me on any social platform, so definitely reach out. We're going to kick this off with, I'm getting Saints and Angels, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have sleep. What about you is involving sleep? It's time for you to give something a rest. I think that you've been hitting this way too hard for way too long. And you know, I think that maybe you have burnt yourself out. You are going to make steady progress without hitting this so hard. You don't need to do this to yourself. It's not that you can't. Obviously you can. It's a matter of if you should. Sorry, you are not meant to just be going through the motions. All right, so to be brave, I think for you is to step back, to do something that is counterintuitive. What else are you if you're not a hard worker, working as diligently on this as you can? It's time for you to rest. It's time for you to recuperate. All right. I feel like I'm being still pulled to this particular deck. What's this? Generosity. You know, the more that you give, the more that some people will just take. You do really have a beautiful, loving, and giving nature. I do feel like your heart is in the right place. God, Mother Teresa. Are you Mother Teresa? Okay. Not everybody is going to see your sweetness for the authentic sweetness that it is. Some people actually seem to... God, what's that word? Objectify, there you go. I'm having a real hard time with words today. It's right on the tip of my tongue. The word is objectify. So, stress management. Listen, it's time for you to pull back your energies. It does feel like there has been an episode of objectifying you, your good nature. There's a lot of you as far as a resource goes. And I think that you are afraid if you pull back on this, is everything going to fall away? That's a risk. And I want to pull some more on that. I'm getting to go to the Halloween Oracle deck right now. Okay. Exploring the wilderness, the lamp. What's this? Ancestors. It's important that you pull back your energy and find out who you truly are. Your ancestors are kind of coming up behind you and saying, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? There's an issue with control at hand that you don't need to play upon in. Remembrance, exploring wilderness, love, legacy, and our DNA, and control. So while all this has been going on around you, it feels like the ancestors are looking at you through these beautiful, loving eyes. Your work has not been unnoticed. It has been something that has been thriving, and I feel like it's overflowing, and I really feel like there's a lot of people who love and appreciate you. But I also feel like a good portion of that are these ancestors who are kind of cheering you on. We have the control, which I want to get clarification on, but I'm not sure where I should get it from. those little white fuzzy hairs. I have so many pets. It has to be from one of them. Choose love. Don't let circumstances make you bitter. You will be happy again. You will thrive again. You will love again. You will be meeting new people who really move forward with this empowered version of yourself, but you're not there yet. You're simply not there. You have been trying so hard for so long, and it also looks like for once you kind of need people to support you. It's not like everybody is waiting at your beck and call. It's a matter of letting yourself be vulnerable and open up to, I think, whoever would be a listening ear. And I know that that's unhelpful because, you know, anybody can listen. Not everybody deserves your words. But you do have support coming in. If somebody is asking you what's going on with you, you do have the space to open up there and let people show you that they do care. I think that you're going to be learning a new side of whoever this support system is. I do feel like you've been drained for quite some time. And you might even have been feeling that agitation recently. It's not for you to retaliate. You're not doing any sort of attack. You're not giving up. You're not just laying there and taking everything that life is throwing at you. That's not the case. You're getting so much closure right now. You are going to be happy again, even though it doesn't feel like it at the time. It doesn't feel like it all the time. Sometimes you can't see beyond the minute, and that's fine. All you have to do is hang on in that minute. And what I'm seeing here is the support. I feel like this is an all-encompassing sense of and wave of love. If there's not a physical person around you who is giving you that support, I do feel like there is this essence and warm wave of just love coming towards you, and it feels like it's not even something that you can see. It's almost as if spirit or your ancestors, whoever, is just holding you. And these are things that you can't really explain in daily life. So I feel like there's no heavy ass angels for help with this. I feel like there's not necessarily a physical essence of support, like somebody who's giving you that physical shoulder to cry on. You might be having this out with spirit, who's all ears right now, and you actually might be getting that answer from spirit. So we have the throat chakra that's coming in. Babe, have you had your throwdown with source and spirit? Have you aired your grievances? God knows I have. God knows that I have seen in collective and individual readings people just really dropping all of that verbal baggage on the floor. And there is a lot with this. Hang on a sec. I'm back. All right. Did you know that even if you don't verbalize what is going on with you, spirit does know, your ancestors know, your angels, your guardians, everybody like that knows. But the point is, you gotta learn how to speak your voice, speak your truth. There's certain things that you just don't need to hide. And you think that nobody can handle this? That nobody can handle the words that you want to put out, that the pain that you need to express, the whatever the growth spurt has entailed. But the thing is, it already knows that it's coming. It's time that you open up with this. And I know that it's something that, you know, can be a challenge, and sometimes it can make you feel silly. But really, that's going to be something that gets better the more that you do it. It's open dialogue. And I know that's probably not helpful, but it's important that you don't bottle it up. I think that that's not even a public service. All right, we need to get a spirit message. So, my dear, We on the other side have one important thing to declare. Love is the answer to literally everything. We don't necessarily mean romantic or erotic love, although those are wonderful, but something above and beyond that. Everything alive in the world was first created by love. Spirit sends love to animate life and to birth it into existence. Love is without conditions, and it's based in reverence and a fierce and joyful respect for life. Love thrives when you focus on it. We want you to turn away from anything that causes it to wane. Love is when you no longer see yourself as other, separate from, or less than, etc. When you act as love, you give permission to the world to thrive and grow as it will. There you go. Can you let go of what is not love and ask what will love do? Love is waiting for you always and forever. We just adore you over here. Now, while I fully agree with that, I'm a big believer in not just acting like the pain isn't there. I'm not one for telling myself, my clients, anybody to just ignore the pain and, don't give it any energy. I think that it's extremely important to call it out, put it plainly in front of you, and start to pick it apart. Start to see, what is this pain? Where is it coming from? What has triggered it? And then start to put it in its own particular place. While I love love, I love all the ways it expresses itself. I love all the dynamics of love that can show up. I also think that it's important, in order to know love, you need to know what love isn't. Love isn't hurt. Well, love is not hurt. It's not pain. It's not anguish. It's not the hard times. Yet these are all things that we have in our human experience. These are blatant facts. It is part of life. And you need to experience one in order to appreciate the other. So if you have come across this reading today, chances are you've been really feeling some heavy energies, some really heavy emotions. And I know that we all have this attitude of chin up and, affirmations and love and light, all those things, and they are beautiful, but there is such a thing as toxic positivity, and I feel like that's when we don't own our pain, we don't own our negativity, we don't own our challenges, we don't own our story. So that's actually something that I feel needs to be expressed right now. Put it out there. I'm part of this awesome life coaching group, and there's this thing where if you have a trigger, you don't ignore it. You write down the experience, everything that you are feeling, you write it completely unfiltered. You write down every negative thing about yourself, every negative thing about the experience, everything that you want to verbalize, you put it either outwards or on paper. I'm a big fan of that. You get it out until you feel that it is completed. Now that might be a sentence, it might be, oh God, might be a novel, but it's very unique to your own experience. So in this, I do want you to write down the entirety of it. Write down every non-pleasant word that you are feeling. Don't censor yourself. And once you have gotten every final word out where you feel like, I got this, okay, this is complete, this is a complete S show right here. Then I want you to write this again in the positives. We're going to not change the experience and what has happened. We're going to change the connection and the mindset to it. I know, right? So it doesn't happen overnight, because all of those words, all of those things that you had just verbalized or put on the paper, that didn't happen overnight. This has been building up for quite some time. I want you to take the time and effort, because if it got to this point, it can get to a positive point. Take the effort in the days to change your mindset, change the programming of that thought process. And I think it's like, what, 3 weeks till a new routine kind of gets settled in you. I think that you're worth this new routine. Even if it's just a word a day, something is better than nothing on that. And I genuinely mean it. So you have a lot that you need to put out. Either verbalize or sign, I do not care. Put it out. So what are some things that you have to look forward to as this is happening? I still feel pulled to this. We have authenticity. One of my favorite moments of authenticity in the videos it was a couple years ago. I was doing a recording. I think it was a live recording. I had a piece of black bean stuck in my teeth. Nobody told me. I didn't realize it until an hour after I had finished recording, and oh my God. Authenticity. It's not perfection. It's authentic. We have infinite possibilities. And what do we have next? This is really where the magic is happening. This is what you have to look forward to when you stop negating your own experience, when you stop negating your pain, when you start being completely transparent with the most important person of all. Yeah, you. You're the most important person of all. Then when you accept everything as it was and how it has happened and how it has led to you this point, when you accept everything as it is, not as it should be, but as it is, then that's when the magic hour can happen and things can actually physically change in here. What's this? We have the skull of light. You are truly lighting up your own new way with this. And then we have internal love. I don't feel like that's the end. What's this? Everything's going to change. I do feel like you are going to fall in love in so many new ways, whether it's in love with the partner who you have chosen, whether it's in love with somebody who's more compatible with you, whether you're learning how to fall in love with yourself and all your perfect imperfections and the true authentic version that is you, and every dream and ambition that you have. While it doesn't always seem obtainable, I can promise you it is. You're going to fall in love with your life again. You're going to be able to change your life step by step in the direction that you wish to go. This is your rite of passage in life, in experience. This is literally what you have been entitled to in your life. So what I'm seeing here is love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. You are loved. Not even just romantic love. That's awesome and dandy, and I do feel like you will have that joy and happiness in your life. This is you being loved so much by your higher self, by source, by spirit, by creation, by your ancestors, and even more so, your legacy. You are so loved by all of these facets, even if you don't always feel it, that everything is literally in its right to change in the positive, not only just for you, but for the best of these people, the legacy, and everything that has been involved. Also, the love and change with the ancestors. This is also, it's a lot of pressure. Now, I'm not saying that it's not, but you kind of signed up for it with this life. There's something that is so different about you and your spark and your mindset. The fact that you came into life knowing that there was more to life, there had to be more than life, this was going to be a big and important life, you're absolutely right. You had actually signed up for this life to make these changes, to end toxic cycles, to end pain in whatever it was in your lineage, in your social circle, your environment. You signed up to be part of that. And everything that you are healing, everything that has been pushing you to the brink right now, these are all evidence of the change with you, because everything has grown so intolerable. All these realizations have grown to the point of complete intolerance where this is not going to happen anymore. This old storyline, these old mindsets, these toxic cycles in relationships, whatever the dynamic, I don't care what the dynamic is. Not everything's romantic. We have family, friends, lovers. We have colleagues. We have, you know, parent, child. We have whatever the dynamic. It's all, and you know, pain cycles that are changing for the better, changing for sources of enlightenment and empowerment and inclusive. It's all changing for the better. And no, it's not happening overnight. But this bridge of intolerance that you have been experiencing is evidence of the change that needs to take place. And it's in these baby steps that it actually does happen. Because it didn't take you 1 minute to get here. It took you thousands upon thousands of millions of minutes to get to this point. Now, I'm not saying millions for just this lifetime experience. So know that everything that you're embodying right now, everything that has been pushing you to this brink is evidence of the change and the positive change that is happening inside of you that will be mirrored on the outside. So what do you have to look forward to? Fast, swifting change. All right, awesome. What is the end result of this if... it's not going to be hopeless. It is a big challenge for you. Some people are not going to step up for you in your life, and that's okay. That's part of this. You're going to see who's not going to step up. You're going to cut through the BS. You're going to cut off all the aspects that you just know are not going to change, that is not going to change with it, your attachment to it, that is going to keep you in over your head. You can't change something that isn't willing to change. It's too much of a burden for you. You are the Queen of Swords energy who is standing in her truth, or sitting in her truth actually, cutting through all the BS and speaking her assertiveness with a loving kindness. And it's not to hurt anyone, it's to break from all the BS. You're finding your center. And my dear, you are breaking free of all of the BS. It's going to get better. I know that it's a challenge, but I know things are going to get better. All right. You know the deal. Your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. Go ahead and reach out if you want to have questions about booking a session. Go ahead and reach out if you want to know the services I provide, what might be right for you, sales, prices, and time zones. So definitely reach out. Say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. I do look forward to hearing from you, and I do hope that this finds you well. You've made it. You really have. I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now. Hey, if you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. It's collective, so never force these to fit your life. Seems like we need to cut through some BS and hear some truth. What's going on with this? All right, something has to come out. It's preventing a new start. We have Cups and Pentacles. This situation is escalating. It's driven by the divine feminine energy. Somebody is walking on eggshells. This is somebody who isn't talking, who's holding back, and they need to not hold back. All right. That's going to be it with the cards. I have 3 queens in front of me. The only thing that we're missing is the Queen of Pentacles. We're missing grounding energy. Emotions are all over the place. Somebody has something that they want to get off their chest. They can't move forward with it. There's some bit of information that is missing from here. And I think that this is probably closure on a particular situation in your life. It's preventing you from the next step. It feels highly emotional. I know I said that before, but I'm actually really feeling these emotions with this. And it feels isolating. It feels like somebody is looking away from something that is right in front of them. Really, we're trying to not talk about the elephant in the room with this. This is exactly what you need to talk about. So I know I said I didn't want any more cards with this, but what is the advice? because this person has been overanalyzing every single aspect of this. They've picked it apart. They have all the information that they need. What is the deal here? You're going to take the bottom card. Realize that some things are not going to be worth your time. It's not going to be worth the effort. You can blatantly tell the truth. This could be everything in front of this particular person. This is somebody else trying to avoid whatever truth you already know to be true in here. You're all looking at the same thing and saying, what is this? And they're like, I do not see this. I do not know what's in front of me. The heck they don't. This is somebody who's lying to themselves, and you can't convince them otherwise. That sucks. I know that you want to get the validation, but you're not going to get it from here. Just know your truth and walk away. Hey there. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message. So listen with an open heart and an open mind. What brings you this way? Either you watch the videos in sequence, or you found your actual way across this. Wow. Okay. Interesting. This is going to be a theme for this batch. It's been this way for at least the last week, so go ahead, check. But this is the second message in the collective of this group. So what I'm seeing here is somebody who really has to just stop getting involved in other people's karma. You know the truth. They know the truth. You putting it out isn't going to help you or them. You're interrupting someone else's karma that they are very blatantly trying to avoid. This is about you and not holding yourself back because of that. You have new grounding energy that is starting. There's a lot of blue throat chakra energy that is coming into play right here. And it looks like this has been something that has been drowned out. Listen, you got away for a reason. You got away from this person, this situation, this delusion for a very strong reason. Don't put yourself back in there just to call somebody out. As long as it's not illegal, it's really not worth it. So I think that you've been feeling rather anxious. You're not holding yourself back from this new start, and this particular person or situation can't be part of that. I do feel an emotional closure that is coming in with you. Final card. Oh, cards. This is going to be happening really fast. This is one of my favorite sayings. Not my circus, not my monkeys. And that's being told to you right now. The moment you finally say, fine, have fun in your delusion, I see that things are really going to change very fast around you. So unplug from this person, this situation, this energy. It's not your burden to bear. Your situation is going to be changing rather fast, and I see emotional fulfillment that is coming in for you, and I see this soothing energy starting to wash over you. You got way too attached to a situation that wasn't yours and to a person who was, I think, horrendously self-deception. It's not worth it, babe. So you want to know your truth, own it, step back. Don't involve yourself. It's not worth it. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a message from the magical fairies. So what do we got here? Admit your true feelings to yourself. Are you mad? You're feeling kind of mad. Are you hurt? You're feeling kind of hurt. You got to move on. You are moving in the right direction. Awesome. This agitation, everything that you're feeling, fabulous. As much as I feel your agitation and the hatred of it and why is this happening, you need to understand that this is closure. This is, I can't take this. Peacock energy around this. This is definitely for somebody very specific. Many eyes in the peacock tail feather are associated with vision and wisdom. In Greek mythology, the bird was a symbol of the goddess Hera, who kept it in her temple as a many-eyed guard. Muslims of Java believe the peacock guards the gates to paradise. In Europe, the peacock mythology has varied and, depending on the culture, may represent a bad omen or symbolize the soul. This entire batch of mini reads, go and check out the daily insight on life and love for October 25th, 2021, also timeless, because this is, I know already it's going to flow into there. There's people that need to be forgiven. And I think that it's the people that you're moving on and away from. This isn't you. What's happening right now, what you're feeling, isn't you. I know exactly, you know, this, it feels so tense. It feels so tense. It's not that it's not seen. That's what you need to understand. They see exactly what's going on. They feel it so much more than you're aware. They can't push themselves outside of their circumstance. This is not your fault. But also, you need to recognize that, because the agitation that I'm feeling with you, that's it's keeping you stuck. You see it. They see it. Spirit sees it. Understand it for what it is. Walk away. You need to find yourself again, because you have become so immersed in a situation that isn't yours. I feel like you're drowning. It feels like you are not in, you know, just in over your head. It feels like this is all consuming, which is such a weight that you don't need to carry. You have a gift that is beyond this. It is after the closure of this. You have to admit you're hurt. There's a lot that needs to be forgiven. But understand, you have to find yourself again, and there's more outside of this situation. If you found your way across this, chances are you need a mini message from the Numinous Astro deck. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. This is an intuitive pull. I may have 1 or 2 cards. I may have 5,000, which would be interesting because there's not 5,000 in this deck. But if you found your way across this, we need to know what's going on here. We have perception, the mystic, imaginative, we have compassionate, healing, empathetic, mystical, adoring. What's this? Pluto's transformation. Have you been okay? The perception, the mystic, and the transformation. Revolution. All right, well, what's the bridge between transformation and revolution? I have a feeling that you probably haven't been okay. The mystic, perception, this is all triggers from the roots. What you're looking for in the branches, what you're reaching out for, can only be found in your roots. What you have absorbed, what started everything, what was your very first source of personal nutrients of such, like not even food. It's not about food. This is a lot of triggers from past pains, and this is very much clouding your perception. You, my dear, you've been asking for more. God, give me a sign. Spirit, give me a sign. Whatever your deity is. And this has been working from a place of your roots perception. You wanted more. You're getting more. You've been triggered a lot recently. You've been pushed with your boundaries a lot recently. It's because you actually yearned out for more, for a sign, for better. So now you are being so pressured with everything that is so painful, so unlike you, the authentic you, the transformation of you. I feel like that's been really high in pressure because you've been pushed to your brink. Surrender to that. Look back at what has been pushing you beyond your means. This is everything that you need to get away from. And on the other side of this, there's your soul's revolution, your soul's actualized growth, the actual embodiment of transformation. You're being put exactly in your perfect spot with life, with action. So I really want you to pay attention to what has been the trigger. Has it been loneliness? Has it been anguish? Has it been depression, anxiety? Has it been trauma coming up? Has it been just all these past memories and triggers and just feelings of heaviness? I'm going to say that as a bridge. There's a good reason. These are the final throes of, am I sure I want to leave this behind? And your higher self is going, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me right now? Look at the S show that you are stepping away from. You don't want to be part of that. So, okay. What's the advice? First off, we have you are doing a radical movement. So active, self-starting. I really wish I could hug you right now. You have a reputation that is growing. It's a positive thing. You have a new reputation that is going to be upheld. So you are known as a go-getter. And I know that you're probably exhausted in hearing that. But I think that it's because what has been that go-getter self-starter attitude has been an umbrella for entitled and I guess I want to say advantageous energy, something that was kind of leeching off of you. I'm having a hard time with words. You know this about me and my channel. So let's see. We have healing. We also have allowing and challenge. So I see that this is going to be something that you are breaking through what seems to be a glass casing. It's almost as if you are in a snow globe and you have been feeling the glass inner roof of that snow globe, and now you're being pushed outside of it. You're not being exiled. You are being put through a challenge of, who are you really? Because you know what you are as your perception from your roots. You know how you can survive, how you've struggled, how you've adapted and overcome these situations. Now that you are outside of that experience, looking back and getting a real feel for yourself, you actually have the challenge of self-actual discovery. So what I'm seeing here is there's something new for you to behold about yourself, a new awareness, new reputation to develop, new networkings to come into play. What you allow is going to be what will continue in this new chapter. You have to be very discerning with that, discerning. If you have found your way across this, chances are you need a message from saints and angels. Listen with an open heart and an open mind. This cluster of many messages I already know is going to flow into the daily insights of life and love, October 25th, 2021. Also timeless, so definitely check that out. What do you need to know? A miracle. All right, what's the miracle that's taking place? You need inspiration. All right, why do you need inspiration? Been feeling lost? You don't get to give up. Sorry, you don't get to give up. That's not even me challenging you. You've been going through a pretty interesting and challenging time. So what I'm seeing here is out of the dark comes a spark of light, and you have your answer. So we have, it's not for you to change yourself to other people's tune in this. There's no compromise to be made. All right. We have play music, practice makes perfect, heaven is watching over you, don't compromise. Healthful eating. What are you willing to digest about this? There's a lot to be digested in this scenario. So there might have been feelings of feeling lost, and maybe even what can I do? It's this sense of, I think that it's really a challenge of not authenticity, but I'm having a hard time with words. Not authenticity, a challenge with not integrity. Is this really what you think it is? Heaven is watching over you, healthy eating. Imposter, you're not an imposter. I know. But wondering if you're going to fade away or the worst is going to happen, and Spirit is saying, yeah, not so fast. You need a new direction, I got it. But you have to listen to the signs around you. And you do kind of have to start somewhere. Right now, it's not going to be perfect. But start where you are. It's going to take consistent effort. And you're going to climb your way out of this. Like I told you, I'm sorry, you don't get to cop out. You don't get to give up. You don't get to dodge out of this. You're going to heal. But you have to also show everything and everyone what you are willing to allow. And I think that a lot of things have to stop.